So this next one is from Hawks Gaming, I think his name is. Hawks Gaming. Let me double check that that's what it is. Huge creator on YouTube. 76K subscribers. And this is called the top 5 things that make Star Citizen gameplay suck for new players in 2022. Now, this isn't the kind of content I usually consume from him. I actually consume a lot of guide content from him. It's really good. So I will put the link of this for sure in Twitch chat for you guys. But top 5 things that makes Star Citizen gameplay suck for new players.
Here are the top 5 things that make Star Citizen gameplay suck for new players.
It's really good
now,
YouTube.
Don't get me wrong, I enjoy playing Star Citizen. However, these are the things that really make Star Citizen gameplay suck for new players, so let's just jump right into it. Number 1, plotting courses around the verse. Now imagine you are in the future where space travel is actually a reality. Is it really that far-fetched to believe that a spaceship could, I don't know, plot a course around a moon or planet? Or perhaps even plot at all without having to jump through some space hoops on occasion.
Nothing for you!
As a new player, it is so extremely frustrating to barely know how to play, much less all the workarounds veteran players need to use to get around bugs like this.
True.
CIG, is it really that much to ask for you to fix the plotting bug that has been around for years at this point? This is clear.
Here's the thing. There is a million bugs that have been around for years. And I do the same thing that he's doing. Like, yell at the rooftops. Like, is it so hard for you to do these things? If it was so easy, they would have done it already. And the reason why is because they only fix the easy bugs. Now, the problem is, and what Hawks is perfectly on, is they are not doing the due diligence, in my opinion, to fix the real problematic bugs that cause a lot of issues. Instead, they seem to just be going down some sort of bug checklist, and instead of dealing with the ones that really cause pain to players, they will skip the star map one, because as we saw in the monthly report, guess what? Star map work is being done. So instead of fixing those problems, they go, whatever, we gotta fix for that later. And then they'll go and replace me bug fix. They'll replace me balls. They'll replace those with the actual content that's supposed to be there. That's the kind of bug fixing that you see a lot in the bug fix section of a lot of patch notes. And where Hawks is right is saying, is it so hard to spend the time on it? But it may actually be hard to fix it. The problem is that they don't seem to want to check off the bugs that either have fixes later or the bugs that are too difficult to figure out, because then they're not progressing or doing any work. So then they check off these easy ones like replace me ball bugs instead of the actual bugs that are causing players pain. And where that happens is people that are at work, working, but may not be as passionate about their day-to-day job as you are about their game. And that's where there's this community versus the devs thing. Is it so hard? That kind of comment becomes problematic. Some people are just going to work and checking off the jobs that they need to get done instead of maybe going that extra mile. That's what it feels like to me, but yeah, I don't know.
Clearly a quality of life issue, especially for new players to Star Citizen. Basically, in a nutshell, your nav computer should not need a straight shot in order to plot a course reliably. You shouldn't need to plot to some random OEM marker or plot to a totally different place only to cut your engines so you can plot to the place you wanted to go to begin with.
Agreed.
For me at least, it's hard to immerse myself into a space game where something like the equivalent of a GPS or global positioning system isn't even a technology that Star Citizen possesses. So come on, CIG, please implement an actual plotting system that has a SPS or space positioning system that can plot around a blocked object. Something like your friend blocking you from plotting as they block the course shouldn't be a freaking thing, CIG, as they're so little bitty compared to the place you're going to. It's freaking ridiculous. Number 2, rock mining and the gem collector is basically space cancer. So imagine you just started playing Star Citizen. You were told by somebody that rock mining is very profitable for new players.
They were told by you. So it's not something that people recommend anymore, but oh man. So for new players, yes, this is, you know, damn, a new player wouldn't know how to use these things. But in general, rock mining was the best, one of the best experiences I had in game, because it all kind of worked and made sense, right? You had somebody scanning and searching for the rocks. You brought the rocks in, you broke them, you scooped it up into the ROC, then you sold, you dropped the boxes and somebody else would go and sell it. It was like peak what I expect from Star Citizen mining. And now it just doesn't work.
Trying to start in the verse. All you really need is a tiny bit of money to rent one and possibly a Cuddy Black to fly it around, so you rent the things. You finally found a group of rocks to mine, so you land nearby, only to find out that the rocks you planned on mining spawned under the ground. This is space cancer. Irritated, you load your rock back into your ship to find another group of rocks to mine. This time you cross your fingers that they spawn above the terrain. You find another patch. This time they spawn above ground. Cha-ching! Or so you think. You eagerly offload your rock with your mind filled with thoughts of all the AUEC that you're gonna be making today. You pop your first rock, then switch over to the collection mode on your mining laser. Instead of sucking up your precious gems, the collector basically creates a black hole singularity, which under normal circumstances you would think is a good thing, right up until you notice the gems are orbiting your collector at tremendous speed and hardly getting collected at all. So you turn your collector off for a fraction of a second, hoping the gems will stop orbiting your collector, only to see all your gems fly in all directions at basically the speed of light. Your hopes are now dashed all over the surface of this moon, just like your gems and plans for getting space rich quickly. Number 3, not being able to modify rented ships. Okay, so this isn't entirely true, as you can glitch the ability to modify your...
You should not be allowed to modify rented ships. I don't agree with this at all. Rented ships are for you to try it out and see if you want to buy it. Rented ships are for, oh man, I need a cargo ship in a pinch. Rented ships are problematic in the progression standpoint of Star Citizen. If you can rent a ship and upgrade it, like, why would you ever buy one? It makes no sense. This is not good. Hawks, I couldn't disagree more, but I'll let you finish your point.
Rented ships with pretty much every single update in Star Citizen, including patch 3.16. The thing is, why must CIG keep trying to fix the ability to modify a rented ship when the entire purpose is to test ships during this stage of the game?
Exactly.
Most players do not want to test a basic ship model. In most cases, a basic model that can be rented has all the drawbacks of crappy modules. Your QT is slower and takes longer to cool down. All weapons are base and cannot be changed. If you want to add a better mining head to your prospector or consumable, well, sorry, you're SOL. You don't get to test the soup-up model you will have once you can afford to actually purchase the ship and its upgrade modules. The thing is, how can you know if you're even going to like the ship all pimped out unless you fork out all the money up front? You can't. You're basically screwed into watching ship reviews of other people's opinions or hoping you like the ship once you purchase it.
Okay, let's dive into that a little bit. Is that a rental problem? When you can go into Arena Commander and rent everything and try it out there? Isn't that what Arena Commander was meant for in the first place? There's that. It's partly a balancing thing, but I still think the real issue here is maybe some entitlement a little bit. I don't get where a player I don't see how you can rent an item in game. How do you make it so renting a thing in game doesn't have the same value as purchasing it. It would have to be insanely expensive. And then if it's insanely expensive, why would you rent it? So it's this incredible balancing act, which is why I don't think rentals should even exist. That's my personal preference. You should try out a ship, maybe an Arena Commander or something like that. Or try a friend's ship and see if you like it. Try a ship in an org and see if you like it. There should be other aspects to the game. It is a very much Star Citizen not being a game problem. But yeah, I don't understand. Maybe what should happen with the rental system is you should be able to customize your ship in the rental screen, and then the price goes up significantly. Maybe that. Yeah, maybe rep walls behind it. I don't know. But the idea of renting being a new player's thing is, I think, part of the problem here. Is I don't know if renting should really be a new player thing. I think renting should be a thing where, man, I don't have my ship that I own here. I need a ship in a pinch to help out my friend with this fight. Or, man, we need a little bit more cargo, but nobody here has a cargo ship. Like, what exactly? That sounds more like leasing rather than renting. That's a very good point, Zzer, there. Is renting is, well, my car broke down and I need a car today. I will rent a car, right? So what is renting in Star Citizen is more the question, and I don't think it has a good answer yet.
Now, if you want to modify your rented ships, try this. Crash and blow up your rented ship, put in a claim for your rented ship, then instantly log out of the game all the way. Wait for your ship claim timer to run out, so if it says like 6 minutes, stay logged out of the game for 6 minutes, then log back.
Is this dude literally sharing exploits? What the hell?
Star Citizen. You should be able to now modify any rented ship, well, until CIG fixes it again.
Nothing for you!
Number 4, teammate pips in your group constantly vanishing.
Yes.
This irritating bug happens all the time, causing the party leader to reform the group on a constant basis.
Yes.
In order for all group members to be able to see each other's locations. This is so annoying on so many levels as it just randomly happens and there is no workaround other than having to reform the group. Imagine you're playing with your friends running Overwatch, meaning you are responsible for protecting your friends from being attacked.
Silly.
Suddenly your group breaks and the person's pip you need to see vanishes. They call for help because they are getting space ganked, and now you must reform the group in order to save your friend's butt. Because you don't know where the heck he is, his pip is invisible to you. Number 5, implementing death matters into gameplay before bugs that cause you to die can be addressed. Dying in games and having consequences.
I mean, what do you want them to do in this one? This is like stupidity levels that I achieve.
Is most definitely a needed mechanic to keep games exciting. Star Citizen is no exception to this rule. If there are no consequences, then there is no reason not to backspace out of convenience. Here's the thing, I can accept getting ganked or making mistakes that ultimately lead to my character's death in games that I play. I just find it extremely frustrating when I get a streak of deaths that do not involve mistakes on my part, but rather the coding of a game. Being solo, then getting ejected from your ship during QT is painful. Oh, what the It kicked me out of my mother ship.
Nothing for you!
At the very least, you are losing all your personal inventory and gear you are wearing.
That does
possibly
suck.
Even your cargo if it happens after your first QT jump. Falling through the floor when the area doesn't render in fully, causing you to fall to your death. Or how about this one? Spending the time to do a box mission only to find out when you drop off your box in the receptacle, it completely and totally murders you. How about landing in Grim Hex with the crime stat, thinking you won't get totally and completely destroyed by the bad guy guards who are supposed to be on your side, only to find out you're going to get completely wrecked by them as soon as you exit your ship and into the...
This sounds like somebody who plays Star Citizen way too much. What is he he just is crying now.
The Hangar. Now this one's actually comical, but thinking it's funny to push a gurney around the hospital only to find out that eventually it's going to give you a freaking heart attack and then you die. Now it's stupid, but it's true. The thing is, there are so many bugs that
But what does that have to do with new players?
can kill you in Star Citizen that do not revolve around you making mistakes. Well, maybe pushing the gurney too much is funny and stupid, but it is what it is. It has everything to do with the game coding and rushing headlong into death matters before fixing some of the annoying time-wasting bugs that will plague a death matters verse. In closing, Star Citizen has come a very long way since I started playing back in 3.9. All of these bugs I covered have been with us in one form or another for many patches. All of them are quality of life issues that, in my humble space opinion, needs to be addressed, as they are the top 5 things that make Star Citizen gameplay suck for new players and veterans alike.
Okay.
And you know what? While we're at it, I might as well add one more bonus suck. Mining in your prospect or a rock and thinking you can actually see the green zone without putting your face on the computer screen.
Just
Come on,
UI in
CIG,
general.
please make mining great again, or at least the ability to actually see the temperature gauge without going blind. Do you agree or disagree? Be sure to let me know down in the comments below.
Agree.
Dude, that pisses me off, dude. You, game. I just lost that whole shipment of shit, dude. That pisses me off, this game.
You know his problem? He was flying a Connie. Idiot.
Dude, when you lose like 3 hours in something at work because of the mother in this game, dude. Now I'm all the way in Area 18. I don't even want to play this game anymore after that, man. That. Now that we got a lot of the suck out of the way, my very next video is going to be the top 10 things that make Star Citizen gameplay glorious for new players. Because I truly do love Star Citizen, even though it sucks sometimes. If you're new to Star Citizen and you want to find a great group of people to hang out with, why don't you drop by our Discord? Link is in the description. Also, I encourage you to check out Test Squadron. They are an amazing group of people, highly active with events all the time. Check them out.
Debatable. So, yeah. Here he is. Here's the link to that video, guys. But, yeah, I think he's right on a lot of aspects, but at the same time, expecting and wanting to bring new players into a game like Star Citizen is questionable in the first place. And fixing those little bugs, you would come up with another list of 5 that are just as quality of life and game breaking as the first 5 that you gave. Those were just the 5 worst ones, right? So, excuse me, lady, ma'am, can you stay on my lap and not on my desk, please? Right? So, yeah, that's how I feel about the whole thing in general. Is, yes, there's some really big issues that are bad for new players, but in general, just downloading the game is the beginning of the suck for new players. It just doesn't make any sense. It is not a... Anybody who's played any other video games out there and expects a similar experience in Star Citizen is immediately going to be very disappointed, right? So it just is what it is. But, all right.